This is a tree planted from Dunstan parents. Those trees, for as far as I understand, Chestnut Ridge of Pike County, Illinois, they purchased all their trees as Dunstan. So everything from it's a seedling of Dunstan, which is Chinese with a little bit of American. This tree is very Chinese looking. You can see it's not vertical at all. And but it's beautiful. Nice spreading habit and loaded with burrs, just not ready yet. So producing later than typical. But this tree is probably, I'm going to say 15 to 18 foot tall. You can see the branches hanging from burrs. And these are only going to get bigger because we had a nice rain. Make those last the last growing of the nuts should be nice and big. So that is a tree that is in its 11th leaf. It was sprouted from a seed that I cold stratified and grew in 2015. We'll get you back to a picture of when I started those. Now this tree, planted exact same year, exact same seeds or seed batch from Chestnut Ridge of Pike County in its 11th leaf, has more of the vertical habit that sometimes you hear people hoping for when they buy a tree with some American genetics. You hear about wanting to grow a timber type of tree. Now I have no illusions that this is going to be a white oak, but it is more vertical. So is that the American piece of it, or is it just Chinese and growing to its 40 to 60 foot height and then being just as wide? Because you can see it's pretty wide, but I'll point you over. This is just one row over. It's basically identical things. This is the tree I just showed you. More spreading habit. No vertical leader. And then there's this tree, which is very tall, but also spreading. The burr size on this is way bigger. Now, I don't know if that's just because this one has more fertilized nuts, or is this one just going to have a slightly different genetic output? Because again, any Dunstan tree, even if you buy it from the Dunstan people, is a seedling tree. So there's no guarantee of what its true characteristics. You can say what they tend to be, that they tend to be cold tolerant, that they tend to have nice sized tasty chestnuts. That's generally true of a lot of trees. So just showing that you get a lot of diversity even if you buy the seedling trees directly from any nursery. Unless it's a grafted tree, they're not going to be able to really tell you the true characteristics. This tree, the burrs look like they're at least a week or two from dropping. Maybe later, maybe mid-October. I mean, they're really green. There's no brown really on them. And it's got a fair number of burrs. So really happy with that tree. And people ask me, what do I got against Dunstans? I don't have anything against them. I'm just kind of educating people. Conflate or confuse that a Dunstan is a 15/16 American tree with a 1/16. That's the American Chestnut Foundation goal. That is not a Dunstan. The Dunstan was from 3 different trees, Chinese trees, and had some American bred into it. And then since then, they've just been breeding with each other, which presumably breeds out some of the American genetics. But I have nothing against them. They're very good trees. But I don't know personally, knowing what I know now, would I spend tons of extra money on that particular tree, because the genetics just aren't perfectly known and you can't say exactly what the tree is. They're not grafted trees. And again, I don't grow a lot of grafted trees because in the north, from growers who have gone before me, there's something they've termed sudden graft failure, and you could lose all your trees. And there was an orchard a couple years ago in Michigan that their trees suddenly didn't wake up, and they were really nice diameter older trees, 20-25 years into them, And that would be exquisitely painful to have all your trees suddenly experience graft failure when you're just now getting into production. That would be really painful. So, not that I won't continue to lose trees, I will. But just a nice comparison of two different Dunstan trees.